Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Not Another Mom podcast. It's time to take that mom hat off because this is after hours and I'm making you off the clock. This podcast is here to help you know your worth because damn girl, you're a goddess who deserves to live the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Leslie Sprague, and we talk everything from manifesting to motherhood. Yes, those little monkeys will still creep in here or there. Spirituality to girl talk with your besties, and from business to finding that balance in life. I'm here to remind you that you are worth it. Life gets to be easy for you, and your dreams really can come true. So grab your favorite glass of wine, craft beer, or if you're a whiskey and diet kind of girl, grab that and let's get this show on the road. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Not Just Another Mom podcast. I'm your host, Leslie, and I am so incredibly grateful that you are here listening today. All right, so let's dive into today's episode. And I want to talk to you a bit about the concept that your dream life doesn't have to take a long time. And I've talked about this topic before, but I wanted to hit it again because quite often we have this relationship with time and we think that it has to take a long time to live our dream life, to have our dream life. And that is so not true. There are a few factors that attribute being able to manifest your dream life, and you can do this very quickly. Life can be a bit like a maze, and we all know that we zigzag back and forth. But if you think of the kids' coloring sheet at a restaurant, you can see the whole maze. And that is what it's like when you are clear on your vision. You can see the route that you need to go. But when we don't have that clear vision, or when we don't work on our mindset and work with our fears and our limiting beliefs, that's when we run into those roadblocks on our journey. And that's what causes us detours and causes us to run into block walls. When we have a clear vision, when we are committed to the route we are going, when we work on our mindset, we clear those limiting beliefs, we uncover them, because sometimes we don't fully know some of the limiting beliefs that are actually holding us back from fully stepping into who we are and to who we want to be. Quite often we put things on a pedestal. And when we do this, it creates distance between ourselves and that thing. So, whatever it is, whether you're wanting to manifest that dream business, when you think of it and you put it on a pedestal, when you look at other people in your industry, your peers, the people that you follow that are there to that you inspire, that inspire you and you look up to, a lot of times we put these people on a pedestal and we think that they are so far different from us, that they are so far ahead of us, but they are exactly like us. They have gone through the exact same things we are going through. They are a human being. And so if it's that dream business, it is available to you, but we quite often put it up there on that shelf and we think that we have to tick all these boxes off before we can get to that dream business. But it's like the good china that you have in your cupboard. Actually, I have never believed in good china, to be honest. because why not use the good china every day? Pull your dream business out of the box on the shelf and bring it into your everyday life. Live your dream business every single freaking day. This is this is called calibrating. So when you calibrate to that energy, you begin to embody it. You begin to feel it. When I do this, I like to close my eyes, and when I calibrate to something, I like to just check in. Where am I in relation to that? Let's use dream business, for example. I close my eyes, take a deep breath or two, and I think to myself, okay, dream business. In relation to me in this space and time, where is my dream business? Does it feel higher than me? If it feels higher than me, I know I put it on a pedestal. So we pull that pedestal away. We bring it on the same plane. It's as if you're standing on a wooden plank or bench or whatever you want to have. You bring it down to your level. You don't have to keep it on a pedestal. This is the same with certain relationships. I've used it before in my health journey. Like anything you are working towards, check in and calibrate yourself to it. I've even found for me, some of the things are not on a pedestal, but I put myself on a pedestal in relation to certain things. I don't have an example for you right at this very instant because nothing's popping to mind, like where I put, it's almost like the better than, I am better than this. And I have found myself putting myself on a pedestal in relation to certain things. So I kick that pedestal out from beneath myself and I pull the thing up so that we are on the same level. Because we are all humans, we are all living the exact same, not the exact same life, but you get what I'm saying. We are all here living the same experience. We all have human emotions. We all make mistakes. We all have joys. We all have triumphs. And nobody is different than you. And I was trying to point that out to my daughter as we were watching the Harry and Meghan interview with Oprah. I said, a lot of people look at Prince Harry and think of him as a prince, which he is. But I heard him say he has a struggle issue with his father. He still had those similar feelings towards as he was growing up. So don't think just because you're not a princess that they don't have those exact same feelings or are struggling with certain things too. They are having a human experience as well. It's just on a different journey than ours. So remember to calibrate yourself because if you have something on a pedestal, whether it's your dream business or whatever it is, when you put it up there, it's creating distance. It means it's going to take time, or you think you have to do certain things in order to get there. Bring that to your level. Pull yourself up to the level you want to be at. And then the other thing that we have to think of with your dream life and making it come into fruition quickly is, as I was writing the notes for this podcast episode, I was checking in with myself. And when I'm calibrating, for me, it kind of feels like I am the center pole and I kind of have like a teeter-totter out to either side of me. And that's sort of how I calibrate, is I bring the teeter-totter into a level playing field beside me. And like, I'm a very visual and energetic person. The first time I calibrated, I felt the shifts literally in my body. I felt the plates in my head moving, and it went all the way down my spinal column and into my hips. I know that about myself. I know I feel these things, and I'm very intimate with the connections in my body. For you, it might feel different. So don't judge if you're not feeling anything. Just know that it's working and your energies are resetting and adjusting. The next concept I want to talk about is time. Time is man-made. And when we think of our dream business, we quite often associate it with feeling that there's an appropriate time for that to manifest, whether we are conscious of it or not. When I think of, I'm talking about dream business a lot in this episode, so I'm going to keep with that thing. When you think of your dream business and think of yourself looking forward to it, take a moment, close your eyes again. Check your calibration first. Do you feel calibrated with the energy of it? It's a simple yes or no. If it's no, adjust. Whether you need to pull the energy up or down, feel it. And if it's yes, continue on. Now, when you think of your dream business, where does it feel in relation to you? Is it a foot in front of you? Like it's right there? Is it a kilometer away in front of you in time, in obtaining that? Because when you do this, I was surprised when I first connected to this. I was like, oh, I'm calibrated energetically to this, but I still have it projected as being way too far out front. So the great news here is that there is a rope attached to your dream business. Grab the rope and start pulling it towards you. That is the concept of time. Pull it towards you. Bring it closer into your field of vision. But with that being said, pull it as far as you can without sending yourself into a temper tantrum. And by temper tantrum, I mean where you start telling yourself that it's not going to work and the negative thoughts start happening for you. Maybe you pull it from a kilometer till about 5 feet away. Amazing. That means you still have some work to do between you and the dream business. So it doesn't have to take a long time to manifest your dream life. You have the capacity within you to pull it closer and calibrate your energy to it. When you're working on your mindset, noticing those fears and limiting beliefs that are holding you back from fully stepping into it, and you calibrate and you pull it towards you, guaranteed your life is going to transform before your eyes. I would love to hear how this exercise was for you guys, and I would love for you to shoot me a DM on Instagram and let me know how you related to this. I'm always curious how it works for other people, and I'm just so excited to hear your stories. Thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode, and I can't wait to talk to you next week. Bye-bye. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, will you do me a favor and help spread the love? Go ahead and leave a 5-star review and share this episode on your Insta stories. If we aren't yet connected on Instagram, come follow me at Leslie & Co XO. And since everybody spells my name wrong, that's Lesley and Co XO. And leave me a line and say hi. Have an amazing day, beautiful, and we'll catch you next week.